This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds, and you're listening to Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. Honeys, we're home.
Hello and welcome to Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. I am your host. We're gonna need another Timmy, along with my co-host and hurricane survivor.
Oh, hey, this is the survivor of the hurricane. I'm sorry, I'm just so exhausted. I've been working 2 jobs lately.
2 jobs? You got the night shift?
No, I'm the father and the mother now.
Oh, yeah, the mother
kids.
father.
Yeah, the mother father. That's what it says on my wallet. Bad mother father. And trust me, I am bad at it. I've made I've made up some mnemonic devices to remember their names.
That's important.
I don't know how
you gotta sort them out.
It's difficult because I also don't. None of the mnemonic devices make sense for who they are or any descriptions of them. So I guess it's more just I like to say words. I like acronyms and acrostic poems, but I don't have a point.
Okay, then what are they?
What are they? Well, we'll start. I remember your name, Timmy, because I think this is my male yodeler. And then the problem there is, yeah, you're male. Yeah, you're mine. I don't think you yodel. I don't think you do.
No, I listen to Jewel, but I don't yodel.
That's truly outrageous. I sent you like a bunch of postcards. I like signed your name up for all yodeling magazines and mailing lists to see if I can like encourage you to do that because I don't. I'm
probably like one.
It's just there's not a lot of words that start with Y. You know.
Yoda.
You know what I'm saying? Yoda.
That's a word.
Yeah, but I don't do that. I'm not like a vegan who like is in shape. I do baby Yoda. Yoga.
Baby yoga.
Yeah,
you do baby yoga.
I do baby yoga. Downward puppet position. Down facing puppet. That's the way I like to fuck.
Down facing puppet.
Puppet down, ass up. That's the way I like to fuck. Oh man. Yeah, I did survive that hurricane. So I guess like we're a couple episodes out from that now. That was the bonus episode. Then we had the steroids episode. And then this one.
So if you listen to the bonus episode 2 weeks ago, it was like the prelude to Ben about to get hit by a massive hurricane.
Yeah, and it hit. Boy, did it hit. I was in the building with one other person, and we were just like, it was an apartment building. Everybody else was like, just fucking got the fuck out. Everyone got the heck out of Dodge, but like me and this guy, my coworker. And in the middle of the night, we're just both like, yeah, so never again. Like, we're never going to stay. We're going to leave every time. Like, he was excited about like looting. He was getting really like work. No, for real. Like, so I was like getting my shit together to like take the dog because Chomper like came back from training with like a kennel cough and he like sounded like shit. And I felt bad for him. And like, then like we didn't have power and I didn't have like the internet or service, no way to call or look anything up. And he's just like coughing, like, and like, breathing real heavy, and it's like 100 degrees in my room. Like I'm like, I don't know what to do for him. Couldn't go outside yet at this point, like because it was still like storming. Mm-hmm. He also had to hold his poop for like 24 hours because of the hurricane. I felt real bad. I put down some newspapers for him too. Didn't use them.
That's a good dog.
I'm surprised, dude. Like usually if I look away, he'll just go for it.
Yeah.
I think he was that anxious because he had such a weird, like he hadn't seen me in like 6 weeks by that point, and then like his mom and his kids just get out of town, and then me, him, and the cat just go over to my apartment, and he's just like, what is going on? And I start boarding up my window with all the foam and cardboard I could find. I guess at that point I was like, yeah, the glass will still shatter, but it won't hit me. Like I'll just have a chance to run to my kitchen, which has no windows. But no, it was a fun time. I made here's a fun little part. I made a blog post, set it to post in 3 days that I could delete it if I survived. But I could tell people like some nice things if I didn't. So that's where my mind was at. But You know,
You
I
made it.
was fortunate. I'm not one of the people who shot each other over gas down in New Orleans this past week. So
Yeah.
I've shot somebody over gas, but not this week, not for real reasons.
You mean farting?
Yeah, for
Someone
farting. Yeah, I shot somebody for
in
farting.
your general direction.
Well, I shot somebody because they had a bumper sticker that said, "I like Monty Python." And they had another one that said, "Who farted?" I can't. The combination of the two.
Who farted bumper sticker in my general direction?
Oh yeah, but anyway, my name's Ben Handupme, and this is Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. Might as well say my name at that point. So how's the hurricane for you?
It rained.
It did rain.
That's it. Yeah.
I hear
didn't get any of it.
New York got fucked up too. I feel really bad about that too.
Yeah.
I saw an article that used pictures from day after tomorrow instead of like real pictures. And I'm like, it was bad enough that you could have used real pictures.
There were just water coming into the subway system and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say another story about that happening. And I was like, you know what? Not gonna talk about death that much in this episode. So hopefully everyone's doing okay out there. And I do have a link for Southern Solidarity in our episodes now for donating to help people out, like people, you know, that are dealing with Hurricane Ida. And then also just, it's a great organization beyond that. Me and Tim are both South boys. I'm not from boy or from the South anymore, though. I'm back to Ohio. That's how bad the hurricane was. I'm moving.
Yeah, you're in the yeah. So Ben currently has no real place to live.
That's always how I felt to begin with. Very transient, very trans. Like I just think it's funny. Like I checked out the dominoes the next morning after the hurricane and found a giant domino sign like off the building and took it and put it in my boss's apartment on his mantle. It was pretty funny. I told him that I'm not coming back and he was mad. He had a crush on me. He couldn't handle it. He's lucky I got out before I ruined his life.
Yeah. Everybody take note of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but what nothing happened in your neck of the woods?
I ordered some new contacts.
Oh man.
And this tonight is a very cool wrestling show that I'm excited to see.
Oh, it's the All Out, isn't it? What is it called?
It's called All Out.
I got it right?
Yeah.
All Out boy. Yeah. I'm an All Out boy.
All Out boy. All elite services.
Yeah, so I guess that's
wait.
What?
Is Chris gonna go to the AEW show in Cincinnati?
Oh, I guess I'll have to find out. I did talk to Chris recently.
You should get him to get you a ticket and you can go.
When is it at?
Fun. It's Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah.
I have dinner with my new partner's partner and her mom. I'm gonna have to do a Fred Flintstone, like 2 places at once, like Pebble's birthday party and the bowling thing or whatever.
That's gotta be Kane. That's what you're gonna do as kid. That's a shout out to Tom, my friend Tom. He's not my friend.
Well, it will also be a tribute to the episode of Boy Meets World where Corey has to be at Topanga Sweet 16 while also helping Frankie Stechino cheer his dad on against Jake the Snake. So I'm gonna do one of those
because his dad is Vader.
Yeah, and it'll also be I'll do a Robin Williams tribute. I'll no matter which costume I'm in, I'll be like, hello, my husband died in a car accident
with pie on your face or whipped cream all over your face.
That ain't whipped cream, buddy. Have you ever seen There's Something About Mary?
Have I?
Because that's come because I watched that movie and that's what happened to me.
Yeah, that's like one of Vince McMahon's favorite movies.
Everything is related to wrestling is what I've learned. No matter what we talk about, we can always get back to wrestling.
Yeah,
it's kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, redeem D's nuts. That was amazing.
Yeah. There's a shirt that you want me to get.
Redeem D's and the Mike the Rock Davis T-shirt that you can get now.
Okay, I do kind of want that. I wonder if this is what kind of streak we have going for referencing that show on this show. We should get paid. But you got to know, I've been re-listening to old episodes of Hey Real Riddle. I've noticed at least randomly throughout the series, you can tell when season 1 of I Think You Should Leave came out, and you can tell when his episode of The Characters came out, because it's like the part where he goes gambling and he shouts, "I'm ruined." There's one where like Adel keeps going, "I'm ruined," in the scene. I was like, God damn it, everyone's obsessed every time. But no, this is a purely
think people can change.
Oh yeah, I gotta say, Zach's baby did not cry at me this time, so
that's good.
Shout out to Zach George, our producer. He might or might not be having another baby. We're not allowed to say. It's not our place.
We can't say it on this show.
I can just
say it on his own show if he wants.
I have never used protection with Zach. That's all I can say.
Well, Zach's the only one. He's the only person who's ever had sex on this podcast.
That's true. And I'm sorry, everybody, for the time we let him have sex on the podcast. We should have turned off the microphones. That's correct. But guess what? What's interesting is this is a podcast about the show Dinosaurs that Jim Henson dreamt up in the late 80s based on a Gary Larson comic. And then Michael Jacobs and the boys at Disney put it together, and this is what we got. How many seasons are we into? Like, we're 3 deep?
Yep. This is season 3, episode 16. So 316.
Oh yeah, shit.
Honey, I Miss the Kids.
The Bible.
Yeah.
The Stone Cold.
Right. See, so it all comes back to wrestling.
So this title is clearly a reference to you guys might remember the TV show Mr. Kids, and he always called his wife Honey. I think that's what it's a reference to. Honey, I'm Mr. Kids.
Miss Honey?
His famous catchphrase. That's from Matilda.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the lesbian teacher. Yeah.
I don't think she teaches lesbians anything. I think that a lot of people found out they were when they watched it. I definitely found some stuff out.
About Matilda?
No, about myself. I learned I cannot shoot carrots at my brother using my brain power. I hate Matilda now. I'm very sad about that movie. I rewatched it. Wait, no, I didn't even rewatch it. I thought about the whole movie in my head, which is this is what I do. And they take her powers away at the end, and I don't like that because she skips grades, and now she's using her brain for stuff she she had excess brain power from not skipping those grades. So she used that for.
I think it's because they don't want to put her in the MCU.
Oh,
so, yeah. The Kid Avengers.
That's true. I remember Miss Honey said, if you put her in the MCU, I'm gonna put you in the ICU. And then cocked her gun. Miss Gunny is what they also call her.
I fell down like a Marvel rabbit hole the other night or last night because
Space Jam.
I found out about the Pet Avengers, which is a thing. It was like a comic book arc where all these animals who were pets of people in the Avengers became the Avengers.
Yeah, hold my beer, Muppet babies. Pet Avengers.
It's all because of Thorg, which is the frog version of Thor, which is like a whole storyline. I read his whole storyline.
What would be a funny thing to have pet versions of? Like pet super pets, and it's like super bad, but it's just their pets trying to get fucked.
Oh, you mean like that movie with the teenage girls instead of
I don't think that's what teenage girls are. I don't think they're pets. Okay, Tom DeLonge, you don't need a girl that you can train.
Take it back and run now. He was talking about aliens in that song, obviously.
I mean, you can assume he is in every song. Just like you can assume that we're on episode 54 of our podcast. Our best intro yet. It's totally relevant to the episode. Oh wait, didn't we start with me saying I was a dad or a mom at the same time?
Yeah, you're the mother, father.
Well, I will say that my kids definitely are not alive anymore after that long intro. I was supposed to feed them. I was supposed to feed them. Well, it's like, I know it seems like a short amount of time, but that without the antidote, it worked fast. So today's episode is directed by Tom Turbovic. He's one of the main players up in here. And then
is this a new writer?
Richard Marcus. There's nothing interesting about him. I tried. I think I looked him up, and
by the episode.
This is like the only thing he's written. Everything else he's been like a actor, like a small role in.
That's weird.
Doing better than me. I'll say that. Dick Marcus. I'm watching you.
Dick Marcus.
Dick Marcus, I'm on to you. Yeah, a quick summary of Honey, I Missed the Kids is Fran finds being a housewife and mother unfulfilling and does volunteer work at a halfway house for amphibians.
Get it?
That part's interesting. Earl gets stuck taking on the household chores and the kids and finds out what it's like being the mother for like the 8th time. Like Earl finds out what it's like to be the mother. Like, I guess it's established she doesn't learn things very easily. Like, he has to keep learning them and learning them.
Yeah, it's such a weird continuity because it's just like the whole thing is like they act like she's never had a job, but she's had at least 2 other jobs.
Yeah, they've done this before. Like,
yeah,
I know one other job she's had, which was the TV one with Frank, but I don't remember what the other one was.
We just talked about it. When she was work babies, like her agent, or I don't know what she did for babies.
She was just like somebody who like she was just reaping the benefits. She was a momager,
a stage mom, stage mom.
Yeah, momager.
Yeah, but those were her 2
You're right.
jobs.
That's true. That's pretty much a job. Earl did have the same kind of reaction to it.
Exactly. He has the same reaction every time she gets a job. Yeah. This is like a retread of a retread.
Yeah, it's literally like this episode was written by somebody who like was like
never watched the show.
Yeah, they just wanted to write a quick sitcom parody. That's all it is a basic sitcom parody. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be a parody, but it's not satirical enough to match that. Like, it's like it like you could see this episode in a regular sitcom and like wouldn't think it was a parody. So I don't know. Maybe it's just hacky. It's just a hacky episode. This is something that comedian shows... Mike Wells would have. Never mind.
Someone. Someone. Did you see? I sent you that thing right with Carlos Mencia.
Yes. Yeah, he knows what it's like. Him and Joe Rogan know what it's like. If Carlos Mencia gets COVID, he's just copying, stealing jokes from
Joe Rogan. Yeah. So if Joe Rogan turns into a horse, does Carlos Mencia turn into a horse too?
I would say yes. I was gonna say he's been a donkey for years, but like, what a clever joke, calling him a jackass. It's so original.
Oh wow, Ben, are you excited for Jackass Forever?
I don't know the point. Isn't there YouTube now? Like, what is Jackass for? Like, what do they do at their age that's risky? Like, not get their colon checked on, or like not get the prostate exam?
No, they just make it more dangerous. Like, it looks like it's just already more dangerous. Alone, they just
all right. Describe some of the stunts. What kind of stunts we got? We got any carts back in action?
From the trailer, I have seen marching band on a treadmill. They walk on a treadmill.
I've seen an OK Go music video. Go on.
Yeah, exactly. They shoot Johnny Knoxville out of a cannon into water.
So he's no longer canonical. Water. He's not part of the series.
Well, someone's got to die at the end of the. This is the final movie.
John dies at the end. You're right.
What else do they got? They got a bear. They tie someone up. They tie someone up in a room with honey and salmon, and the bear comes out.
I thought they had that camera guy, Ben, or whoever it was the bear. They got
Eric Andre's in it. I don't know.
Wow. To be fair, I do think Eric Andre might be at least one of their children. Like, I think they might have birthed Eric Andre at an early age.
Machine Gun Kelly is in it too. He gets hit by a giant hand.
Travis Barker himself.
Yeah, Travis Barker.
Shout out to my friend Emma Rose, Travis Barker's cousin.
All I know is that
you don't know nothing yet. Yeah, I don't think unless I do like a 17 again thing, like I go back and I'm Zac Efron or whatever happened in that movie, then I'd go see it. Because 17, I'd be like, hell yeah, hit those balls, you know.
I just want to listen to Corona over and over again.
What this does for me is just reminds me that Idiocracy was like a documentary, you know.
Yeah, and Jackass is also a documentary.
Yeah, Jackass is a documentary.
Well, isn't Jackass really kind of intended to be a documentary, like the way that it's shot?
It's like yeah, I guess so. If that's the way you want to look at it, I think that does kind of make sense. But I think it's just Wait, what qualifies something as being a documentary? Do we have like any editors that we work with?
Because they're
Anyone who
not
come in here.
because they're
Need some
not
researchers.
actors, except Johnny Knoxville. He's an
Yeah.
actor, obviously.
One second. Let me get our page. Let me call for our page. Hey Brian, what makes something a documentary? Okay, you sure? Can you Google it? All right. He says Ken Burns. That's all he said was Ken Burns. He says he's gonna Google it.
I would love to see Ken Burns' Jackass.
I just would love to see Ken Burns' ass. I don't know why it has to be.
I mean, sure he has a pet donkey.
Well, you have to have those because if you live on a farm and you want waffles every day, that's like the main that's how we get waffles.
Oh, yeah, that's all they know how to make. So, Shrek.
Oh, okay, Brian. Brian says that a movie or a television or radio program that provides a factual record or report. So that would is Jackass disqualify? And that's what we said.
Brian, to prove. That's Brian Henson, right?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian Henson is our page. Man, I chose the right joke name. That worked out well. That's improv, baby.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much.
I was thinking that
Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah, shit. That's gonna be a bonus for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that.
We have to figure out our Halloween bonus this year, though. I don't know if we're gonna do Simpsons again or what. That's all I want to do is watch The Simpsons. But I don't know. What we'll do. I say here's a scary idea. Let's get into the episode.
Yeah. So we get our cold open, and baby is watching TV in the kitchen, and he's watching a TV show, and a package for Mr. Litvack. Thanks.
Yeah. What do you think this show is? What is?
I thought it was just another episode of Mr. Lizard, but I guess I was wrong.
That's my answer when, like, you know, instead of same shit, different day, it's like just another episode of Mr. Lizard. And that's when people ask me what time it is or what my name is, whatever.
Yeah. And Earl comes in while baby's laughing, and he's talking about his soul-sucking day at work.
I just baby like demands juice here, and I like that Earl did not like. It's just like, I'm not your slave. Like, it's like, okay, buddy, like literally he's your baby you had, and he can't get it himself.
Yeah, so. which is the juxtaposition of when Robbie and Charlene come in. They're like, Earl, mom's having an emotional meltdown, and Earl's is like, okay, but is it bad enough that I won't be getting fed? Yeah,
essentially, if it doesn't impede him being fed, he doesn't care. Turns out it does, though, because she's just kind of like, you know, out of like they say, she doesn't even want to talk to you about her problems, Dad. She says you just belittle them.
Yeah, so while Earl is making fun of baby
and making fun of her silly little problems,
acting like he's a slave, he is expecting Fran to be his slave.
Yeah, essentially, like he's very Tom DeLonge in this episode, just a girl that he can train. But so Robbie explains that mom doesn't want to be a mom anymore, and of course he finds that a ridiculous notion. He hates being a parent himself, and like he's like, despite the rough patches, Fran gets a lot of satisfaction of her role as wife and mother and slave.
That's right.
But yeah, so she does walk in, and this is funny because like, to see myself portrayed in media, like art interpreting like life or life interpreting art, Fran just walks into the room like, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. I'm like, oh shit. I feel it.
I hate my life, 666.
I kept saying that the whole time I was watching this episode last night at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. even. It was pretty late. I was on the phone with someone.
And Earl, he really doesn't care. Like,
just like how you know Tim doesn't care about my life. Tim is Earl in this episode.
We only have an hour, so come on. And we get Fran is she's watching TV, and she's just like flipping through the channels, and we get all these random lords. We get this. Wow, I read the word Lord. We get all these random TV shows.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like the succession of like audio we hear, it's like, today in sports action, Desmond, I'm pregnant and I'm cleaning my oven, and we pass the savings on to you. With the help of the Lord, we can grant you. So it's one show, I think, just one weird show. Maybe it's like Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, so weird and wacky. You know, you never know where it's gonna go.
Random.
Yeah. And then like Earl notices that he's like, "Hey, Fran, you're getting pretty good at that thing," and she's like clicking the channels, and then she just fucking destroys the
with her mighty dinosaur fist. But yeah, Earl does notice that his wife has something weighing on her mind at this point. Already been told that she did to begin with. And he like, asks her about like, what's going on, honey? She's just being a real downer. Like her life's so hard.
She admits, she's like, I love our kids, but every day all I do is fix their meals, drive them here, pick them up there, do their laundry, clean their room.
Yeah, Earl cuts her off to say that he understands that she's being cut off. That's why I was cutting Timmy off as well. And like, he knows that she needs to reconnect with the outside world. She's longing for the voice of adults.
Yeah, so his solution is to give her a little radio in the laundry room.
Oh man, what a good guy. He's so thoughtful, so caring. Like, for one, like a radio that's going to give her plenty of opportunity to get away from being gaslit. She'll know what the rest of the world sounds like. It's a little too much.
She can listen to her own show.
It's just Earl records a show that he puts on. But yeah, so here's the thing that's funny to me is she gets mad and starts like choking him out and asks like, a radio in the laundry room, that's what you think I need? And like, she says she wants a job. Earl, I need a job. I'm like, that's what you want? You already have a job. Like, it sucks. Your job is sucky. You're home with these sucky kids and this sucky husband and this sucky baby. Like,
but then she quits.
She says she's quitting that job. She needs a different job. I just say if I was in her position, I would like. Earl talks about he likes his beer, his bowling, his pay-per-view wrestling. Why didn't she have hobbies?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, come on, Fran, get some hobbies. That's my conclusion for the whole episode. Is Fran needs a fucking hobby.
Yeah. So we get the theme song with all the sound effects, and we
as far as I know, I click skip every time.
We cut to Roy and Earl at work, and Earl is discussing his problems, and he's like, oh, she went for an interview with a social services clinic that helps amphibians adjust back to their life. I know. Oh yeah, Issa was so happy she could finally see herself in a character. She also works with amphibians.
Yeah, I like the halfway house thing is funny. Like, it's the evolution joke that they're running here. The amphibians are becoming, which I'm still mad about. Like, some fish decided to get some fucking feet and walk, and now I have fucking taxes and shit. Like, I don't want this. I have fucking alimony, child support.
Just stay in the ocean or any body of water. It's so much cooler.
Be a little underwater girl or whatever. It's the best place.
Also, I love Roy here questioning, the way we treat people like that are like in lower standing in society. He's just like,
Comrade Roy.
Yeah, he's like, well, if they really wanted to help, then why don't they just give him a whole house?
Yeah, his interpretation of this is they get half a house.
Yeah, it's messed up.
But guess what? There's so many. Literally, let's give everybody a house, give everybody an apartment. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm gonna say something radical here. I think it sucks when people die from homelessness. I think it's pretty shitty. So I'm on Roy's page here. Speaking as a transient who's couch to couch right now.
A smelly, crusty kid.
Oh, me? Oh, well, shucks. Hey, I've been showering.
You hear that, Ben?
What is it?
That, Ben? Oh, it's a train. You just missed it. Oh,
yeah. Trust me, I'm not allowed on that one. Not after what I did to Days and Days. I'll admit it. I showered them. It had to be done. I sprayed them with Febreze.
With the hose outside.
I gave them all cough drops. Now they sing normal. Oh, shout out to our fans,
God damn
our
it.
friends in Days and Days.
Yeah.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
So Earl, but he's not comprehending. He's just like, the worst part about it is it's a volunteer job. She doesn't even get paid.
I feel that there's all the jobs that I like doing are volunteer jobs, but I can't do them when I have a real job because I need that money.
Yeah.
But
And Roy doesn't get it. And
no.
Earl doesn't get it either, but he's just like, yeah, she's just like, it's not about the money, it's about personal fulfillment.
Yeah, and then the labor friends fucking come over, and Roy explains that Earl's wife is up for a job at half of a house and doesn't pay anything.
Next to nothing.
So yeah, Turtlepuss is there. He has nothing interesting to contribute near to the rest of the labor friends, but they explained to Earl that he's gonna have to get a babysitter if they're both working, and Earl's like, "Fuck that shit, man! I gotta buy beer, I gotta buy fucking bowling trips, I gotta pay for pay-per-view wrestling." I do feel him here. These are important things.
Exactly. Why hire someone to watch your kids? Also,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess
Good
we'll
point.
just get into it, unless you want me to make the point now.
We're going to talk about how old his kids already are. Like they should.
Okay.
How absurd is it that a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old can't just like handle it?
Yeah. Also, why are they home all the time?
Yeah. What is happening?
Is it summer break? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I guess it isn't established. No, they're cheerleading. They're like, if it's summer break, they're doing cheerleading camp then. Yeah, because Robbie's doing a bake sale. It could be summer. Those things could both happen during the summer.
No, because there's that one scene where Robbie has one of his school books.
Okay, but either way, Baby doesn't go to school. But they could get.
So he would just need a babysitter for Baby.
But they just need like government assistance and like daycare. It's pretty hard to like. It all sucks. It's difficult to be a stay-at-home baby. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, I guess the issue is the kids go to school, so Baby's alone. Robbie's 16. Why is he in school? I don't remember being there past 16.
Why is he in school?
Just drop out, Robbie. I did. I turned out fine. I'm doing okay. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's like the after school part is like the kids need chores, and we've already established Charlene doesn't really have any to begin with. And I'm starting to, you know what? I'm not cool anymore. I just say kids need chores. Children crave structure. Homework's great. I love being those grounded.
Little hands busy and those minds working all the time.
Exactly. I just
otherwise they'll start playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah, and planning their escape. But yeah, so he's just saying like it would take like all of his money to like get her this fulfillment, all the money he spends on all the shit that he likes. And like he's like, I don't like, they all laugh about it. And he's like, yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking there. Like it's not worth the trade-off at all.
But then Roy is just like, well, why don't you take the night shift and like
death trap.
Yeah. So Roy's whole thing is that like all his ideas are just trying to like basically like manipulate Fran into not wanting the job.
Yeah,
like, that's his whole plan.
That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He covers Gaslight Anthem on the spot. He like literally like he's like, you just gotta pretend to be supportive and caring, when in fact you're like as Earl repeats back to him, in fact I'm manipulating Fran in the most cynical way possible. So the idea is basically just that if he like pretends to support her, she'll find out she misses the kids, she'll come back home. That's the goal.
Exactly.
Which is essentially already been done in another episode. Like it's like he's done the fake support for manipulation shit already.
Mm-hmm. So we get to the next day and Fran's getting ready to leave. He makes her lunch.
Cuck.
For fish, where she's going to Fishland. I don't sounds a little fishy.
A little racist.
Going to Fishland.
And you still have those writers from when you became famous, I see.
Oh, I'm still famous, man.
Okay, well, I just noticed. I forgot that you had those writers until you just said the thing about it being fishy to go to Fishland. I just, I see them now. They're behind you. Okay. It's a magic 8-ball and a crack pipe. I see your joke writers.
Yep. And
Timmy broke edge. Sorry. He went straight to crack. Oh god, the edge to crack pipeline.
Oh no, like heroin Bob.
Oh no. All right.
And
Sorry about the diversion, and sorry for anyone who was smoking crack at the time and laughed so hard they spit it out. Same apology I do every episode.
And so Fran gives Earl a big to-do list, and
Do you think he goes and gets a bikini wax again?
Probably
like the millions of other times she's given him a to-do list.
And she also leaves the work number at top in case he has any question.
Yeah, the only question he has is on his mind is Fran happy? Fucking laying it on.
Yeah,
she's buying it.
She is. And baby is obviously scared to be left alone with this man.
Yeah, the stages of grief. He's already at like bartering. Like he's like, what's in it for me? Like he's like, no talk is cheap. I just want some toys. Like he wants paid off for this bullshit.
Yeah, well, he's just like, what's in it for me? And she's like, you get to spend the whole day with your daddy. He's like, well, what's in it for me?
Yeah. Is she new here? She should know they don't get along. She should watch this show. Should the writer of this episode. They should both get together and watch this. It's a decent show. It'll help them write episodes.
But as soon as Fran goes, Earl's just like, all right, it's time for nap. For a nap.
Yeah, but not for baby, for him himself.
I mean, to be fair, if he is gonna have to work the night shift, he should probably get some sleep.
Literally, he needs sleep. Like, well, here's the thing: is okay. Like, if baby doesn't have it, yeah, I guess when does he sleep? Is Fran there until? Okay, so if this is the daytime. Fran's leaving, so he just has the baby right now. Mm-hmm. He should be awake right now. He should go to sleep when Robbie and Charlene get home.
Yeah,
and then they should take care of the baby and dinner, and then he should go to work for third shift. Also, just the government should like use their taxes to help us deal with childcare, maybe, like in France or maybe in other countries that don't suck.
Especially when you force people to carry the baby to term.
Yeah. And then you're just like, fuck that baby till it's 18. I don't care about it at all.
Yeah, we don't care about that baby.
But if you want to join the armed forces.
Yeah. But don't drink a beer.
I can't wait till like we start like our ultrasound systems have little commercials for the military that play inside the womb for the baby while they're doing it.
Ultrasound system.
It'll be like when you go to see like any kind of fucking high action like war. Any action movie, essentially, there's like a commercial for like the Marines where they're all like jumping out of helicopters into the ocean and swimming and like doing all this fun shit. And it's like experiences may vary on the screen.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's like experiences may vary, and it's a guy in a wheelchair with no fucking legs. And his wife left him while he was away. It's so cool. I love the military. It's so great. It's so beautiful. If anybody,
I love the military, but I hate basic human rights.
I love the military. I hate our troops. No, if anybody starts that, I like just to be edgy cheers on the Taliban. I'm gonna be so mad. Our new catchphrase.
So pissed.
Anyway, yeah. Don't worry. If that was all sarcasm. You can go look at our Spotify playlist. We're punk. You know, we're against that stuff. I used to wear a Rock Against Bush t-shirt.
Oh, you're cool. Just like Fat Mike.
That was when I shaved. I don't shave anymore. So now I'm just rocking with Bush. Was that
all right?
You don't want to join my riot girl band? I'm starting called Gorge Bush, short for Gorgeous Bush. You're not interested? We're gonna take John Kerry ads and they're gonna change it to Open Carry. Because we also have guns.
Honestly, when you said gorge, I was not thinking of gorgeous. That's not what I was thinking about.
What is? Oh yeah, gorge means other stuff too, doesn't it?
It's like a big hole.
Yahtzee. No, that's not what that is. Banksy. Goatsy.
Lemon.
The three pillars of the universe: Goatsy, Banksy, and Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, the game. Yes.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
It's very important. But Yeah. So Earl goes to take his nap. Baby's not tired. Baby's not going to join him. So baby's going to eat a can of olives for the vitamins that Earl suggests might be within.
Yeah, well, he hands him the can, and he hands him like a can opener, which is important to remember for later in the episode.
Well, this is the classic Bean Dad. If you remember Bean Dad, fucking baby's like, how do I use it? He's like, well, you're gonna have to learn if you want me to not get fired from all my jobs for this on Twitter later. If you don't want Ken Jennings to become the next host of Jeopardy because he's a co-host on my podcast, and we're in deep water now. So yeah, next Bean Dad underway. Olive Dad.
And then but as he's trying to walk away to go take a nap, Charlene comes in and she's like, you got to go pick up my cheerleading uniform.
Has this come up before that she's a cheerleader?
No, but Earl was.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wouldn't they have been together for that?
No, well, I think Earl was cooler than Charlene. Wasn't that part of the...
Yeah, I guess he was the Gabrielle Union and Charlene was more like the whoever else was in that movie. Nobody I care. It was the white ones. It's definitely not Reese Witherspoon.
No?
Wasn't that like a Kirsten Dunst thing?
Oh, it was Kirsten Dunst.
And the Slayer from Buffy that isn't Buffy. Elijah Ducart. I don't know, man. I got the name all wrong. Mm-hmm. Gabrielle Union's the only one I cared about, so we'll go on. I care about her. Terry Crews doesn't. That's all I know. But so Charlene wants her cheerleading uniform from the dry cleaner, and Earl's just like, yeah, ain't got shit to do with me, babe. Like,
he's important to you, but not me.
Yeah, I love that. He's not wrong. Like, why are these kids ever taking themselves places? Robbie like drives now. Like, literally none of this has to be like the continuity here bothers me because literally Robbie should be doing more than he's doing, but he's just all he cares about is sowing his seed, sowing his wild oats.
And he doesn't even know how to bake 6 dozen marshmallow fudge squares.
Literally, it's like just fucking mix more ingredients, like bigger portions. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it would make him gay.
Baking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless he's smoking that weed, baby. 420.
Come on. Smoking weed's gay. Let's be real. Everyone I hang out with, other than me, smokes weed. They're all gay. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and guess what? Gay.
Now I'm gay too.
You've never smoked weed straight. Guess what? That's science. That's science.
You can't refute that.
We just proved it with anecdotal evidence.
That's right.
The highest form of evidence. We are experts. Tim does call himself an expert. Yeah, we are top men. High top. Wait, that doesn't work. Me and Tim are both
high
bottoms.
Tops?
What?
High tops?
High bottoms.
I
thought we were talking to each other. I hate high tops. Like Chucks?
Yeah, anything that goes up like up to my ankle, it just like it like fucks up my ankle every single time. It's
because you have knankles, which is your knees and your ankles blend together.
Cankles?
No, nankles. It's all the way to the knees.
Oh yeah, my huge ass calves. Is that
Yeah, you're like a big bull with 2 proud sons. You got 2 huge ass calves. Don't talk to me or them ever again.
My calves are so massive that they're worshipped in India.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how big my calves are.
Hopefully we don't find out there's some other type of stereotype about legs in India rather than just what you were going for with Hinduism. But so what Robbie comes in because he wants the fudge. You just mentioned the marshmallow fudge squares.
He wants the fudge?
He wants the fudge. And then Earl's just like, you know what? Fucking you do that. And also here's a list. Go get a bikini wax. So like I'll be sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Charlene's impressed.
Yeah. She's like, he's pretty good at this job.
Yeah, this is how she would do it.
So we cut to Earl. He's passed out. He's dreaming about his mom giving him some chocolate cake.
Yeah, he's dreaming about the scene in Matilda. He's the kid and his mom is Miss Trunchbull. Full circle, baby.
Nice. And Robbie wakes him up. He's like, "Hey, Dad, it's lunch. It's almost dinner time." And like Earl's like, well, did you get any of the list done? And he's like, no. He's like, why not? He's like, I'm a teenager.
Yeah, I'm not responsible. He's like, fuck, you are. You're right. Damn, shit. He forgot. He can't forget that he's a teenager. He never forgets the scorpion. But Earl rushes to start getting the shit done. He does his own montage without Robbie's help. He tried to get Robbie in on it.
And he's just moving from room to room.
Yeah, with broom to broom and like fucking vacuums and like dry cleaning
and stuff.
Yeah. There wasn't anything too entertaining there. I thought they should have added a few more gags.
That must have sucked for Bill. He probably had to run around in that suit back and forth. I
would like to say they also probably, it was sped up at least, but it would be funny if he had to run that fast. Poor Bill with his head under 40-pound computers. Fucking running. I wish I was in that shape though. Probably kept him in pretty good shape.
He also manages to go to like the grocery store, and then he just takes everything in his bag and just dumps it in a giant pot. Yeah.
That's what cooking is. That's how you make yourself a stew. You got yourself a
macaroni.
Stew.
Yeah, macaroni in the pot.
In a pot. That's a stew. So yeah, Fran gets home from her wonderful day at work. Like Earl's laying it on thick again with like her missing her wonderful kids and the wonderful time and the memories that she'll never get to be a part of. But she's just like, I had a good time at work. You know how social workers love it every day. Like that's how she was. No burnout in sight. She just
it's so nice hearing everyone's miserable life stories.
Yeah, she's like, I don't have empathy, so I don't take this home with me. No, like obviously, like I like it. The part of social work that is good is like you're doing something very important that feels good, but man, it is a rough situation. I don't think Fran's gonna be happy every day.
No, but she realizes that well, they found out that like they've been swamped. Ha ha ha.
She has your writers.
Yeah, ever since low tide. And they want her to work full time for 6 months.
And as long as they don't drug test her for smoking Coral Reef. Am I in? Am I a part of it? Am I part of
Coral Reefer. Coral Reefer.
That's it. Yeah, thank you.
I got it.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have the same writers. I have to come up with my own jokes. So
but when Fran leaves the room, Earl looks at baby looks at Earl, and he's just like, 6 months with you.
Yeah. They do a double scream together to end the scene.
And then the next scene is pretty fun though, because we get the Surf and Turf Center for Amphibians.
Yeah, the Evolution Therapy Center. And Fran is leading a group therapy session. She's like, now I know it's a little awkward your first time, but don't be nervous. Just tell everyone your name.
He's like, hi, my name is Tad.
Hi, Tad.
And I've been on land for 3 days.
Oof. How's it going so far?
Oh, it's been rough. All I can think about is getting back into that cool, wet water.
Look, Tad, remember our motto, one breath at a time. Now, you told me you were at a job interview. How'd that go?
A job? All I can do is crawl on my belly and wriggle around rocks. What's that qualify me for?
I love this clip that we stole from the show. Sounds to me like you'd make a pretty good lawyer.
That was a good joke.
Yeah, but also probably wouldn't be allowed to have a home loan because snakes can't get loans there. But they're lawyers.
He's not a snake.
That's what wriggling around on your belly is. You're either a snake or you're me on a Saturday night. You know,
also, I just want to point out.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that this puppet looks like a lizard, not an amphibian.
To be fair, technically nobody knows the difference. So anyway, let's move on before Tim questions that.
I do.
Tim the frog boy. But but either way, like they tell Tad that he has to slither before he can crawl. And before dismissing class, Fran has everyone join together so they can share in their strength of their commitment. And oh, grant me the serenity to accept water only as a beverage, and the courage to breathe the air around me, and the wisdom to know the difference. I like that line. That's a good line. This scene is like
water only as a beverage.
I feel like this scene and this whole joke was the basis of the whole episode. And they're like, let's just put a sitcom around it.
It would have been it would have been funnier if the whole episode was her working at this place.
Yeah, they don't have to do the whole dumb that, like they already have done the home dynamic whenever Fran leaves for a job, they don't focus on that part of it. Like Fran's like, they're like, fuck Fran. They're like,
Yeah.
it's just so weird to me. Like it's so obvious that the funnier plot would have just been her at the job and maybe like burning out or like it just being fucking rough or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
or
she
like
just has a job from now on. Like,
or like one of the like amphibians like comes and lives with them, like something like that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
let us write the next show, please.
Yeah, we're still ready for the reboot. I'm not entirely sick of this. I'll do it. Into the sick of this, but Earl is what? Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, we cut to Roy and Earl on the. So okay, so why did Roy choose to take the night shift? I don't understand.
He if he doesn't work with Earl, he get bullied. He needs Earl. He's his buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had a friend that you worked with and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna switch up my schedule, would you be like to like a worse schedule? You'd be like, oh, you know what? No, I gotta work with you.
If it was you, I would do it because we didn't make the podcast easier. Whatever band we do together will be easier to do too. So I think that's the only situation I would go for. I would join you on third shift, but everyone else depends on how hot they are, I guess. You know, yeah. How single they are, how ready to mingle they are, how into eating Pringles they are. It's all that. It's all there.
Yep, Pringles.
Goatsy, Banksy, Yahtzee. It's what I've been saying all day.
We saw a cat named Pringles last night.
How'd you know his name is Pringles?
That's what it said on the little card at the adoption.
Why were you volunteering or were you about to adopt a new pet?
Volunteering, Ben. You don't get paid for that.
You do get laid for that though. Heyo. Just fuck the dogs.
Especially if you're a white guy in an activist scene.
Why else would you be there? But Earl's trying to like smother Roy to death that we say so, even though
he's
like
trying to kill him.
Yeah, but Roy like came to help him, which is like I think makes up for like the part that Earl's mad about. But like Earl's just like also like goes to like he realizes cutting off his air supply isn't going to help because he'll just listen to like the Vanilla Ice song instead.
Yeah, instead he wants to. He moves from like choking him to like getting the spade so he can hit him.
Yeah. He's gonna bury this fucking dinosaur. like fossils, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like but Earl's doing this. Earl's attempting to murder Roy because he's scared that he's gonna have a full-scale relationship with his children.
Yeah, he spent almost 20 years trying to avoid that. Like Roy thinks Earl's onto something here, though, is like if he starts to bond with the kids, once again faking it, that like Fran will start to get jealous and she'll have to quit her job because like, you know, she has to. And even though Earl thinks this sounds like this plan sounds like a complete disaster, like his last one, like lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, you know?
That's right.
This has to be good. It can't be too bad in a row. That's never happened. We've never had Shrek the Third and Shrek 4. Wait.
We just try to pretend we didn't.
Yeah, I just am not over it. I'm sorry.
And so we go to the next day, and Earl he's got his little apron on, and Robbie is. Yep, and Robbie's in the living room tuning his guitar, and
that's what you call it. Practicing his cantrips.
Yep.
Petting the cat.
Yeah. And
joking the Roy.
As soon as Earl enters the room, and Robbie's just like, okay, yeah, I'll go somewhere else. And he's like, no, I wanna watch you play guitar.
Yeah. Which I would just be like, oh, I'm not good at it. Please leave. Like, I'm trying to pretend I'm good at this. Can you be in another room?
But instead, Earl is acting very receptive. He takes the ampli thingy, as he calls it, turns it around.
So I call it.
Face him, which is very unnecessary, by the way. Like, you don't have to like turn the guitar amplifier towards you.
I imagine like if like anybody who's ever seen me play a show where I have to hook up an electric guitar instead of an acoustic, I just like walk up on stage and I look around and like look for daddy, look for somebody who's gonna do it for me. I don't know how to do this. I'm just here. I want to play guitar for my friends. And like,
where do I plug this in?
I'll like ask everybody. I'll ask the sound guy. He's like, it's not my amp. I'm like, okay. It doesn't need to be plugged in. I'll just sing real soft like this.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Everybody, please come closer. Not that close. Not that close. I don't want to see you. So the amplify. That's how I feel. I'm just scared. I'm scared when I'm alone on stage.
And then Robbie, he's got a song he's been working on. He wrote it for a pretty girl. He's like, but he always liked, but he never got around to talking to. So this is a front bottom song, I assume.
Look at me. Look at me. His front bottom song was last episode, the summer that I was taking steroids.
And that's the whole song, though. It's just look at me over and over again.
Yeah, every rock song. Come on, that's what they all are. Let's be real.
Yeah. And he's just playing guitar, playing solos and stuff.
What a great solo performance! Just doing guitar solos and shouting, "Look at me!"
He's fingering the fret, and
wow,
it's pretty much just like a shitty twinkle emo song. Like,
yeah, this is
like his finger.
Yeah, he's like
this is tiny moving parts.
Fuck. I was trying to get there. I knew you were going there too.
Yeah, you were trying to think of the worst band you can think of.
No, they're not. They're not. They're very talented for one. Let's be real. And I like that guy's smile. Are they bad people for real?
Yeah, one of the members.
Oh well, the singer smiles.
I think it is the drummer.
I was gonna say the singer smiles so much. He looks cute. I was hoping it wasn't him. I think they're like brothers and cousins though too. Though, so either way, it's implicit. Let's add that to the list of bands that we might accidentally be slandering without information though. We keep going. Let's go. Let's put them on tour with Alkaline Trio and Teenage Bottle Rocket and see what happens. But for real though, fuck Teenage Bottle Rocket. But the rest of it, unsure.
Yeah. So and Earl the whole time looks like that like, what is that, the Memorex commercials? Is that what it was, with the guy sitting in the chair and it like the sound blows, it's like blowing him away? I don't know. Yes,
I think you're right about what it is. It's the Beats by Dre commercial.
The Beats by Dre. Yeah.
But so he does that. That's like a little bond, like achievement unlocked, bonded with son. I never played guitar for my father. So that's done. Robbie's now happy. He's fulfilled. Earl can move on to the next part of the checklist, which is his daughter Charlene, who's stressing out over a sweater she bought that doesn't match anything.
And she's
nothing trivial.
Eating.
Yeah,
she's stress eating.
I want to eat. I'm jealous. I want a new sweater. It's almost winter.
and she's just Earl's like showing concern. Like he's like, well, what's wrong? And she's like, do you really want to know? And he's like, of course. And she's like,
red flag.
She's got nothing to match her sweater. So she suggests that they go through her entire wardrobe.
I thought they were going to suggest that they destroy her sweater. I thought they were going to wheeze her.
Yeah, he's going to hold the thread while he walks away.
Whoa, walks away.
And so they do that. Earl is just kind of, he's like nodding off while she's going on and on about her purses and her scarves. And,
just chick shit, just chick stuff.
Yeah, and
no football at all.
He talks to himself about falling asleep.
But he jolts upward just in time.
Yeah, but Charlene really appreciates it.
Yeah, she thinks that his input was important. It was just him jumping up right at the right moment for her to be like, "Oh, you like these? Okay, like this all goes together. It's an ensemble, And she like leaves the room just like, "Holy shit, my dad cares about me." Like, I gotta throw away some razors and shit that I've been holding on to. Like, it's very cut that line. It's very. I forget that some things that are not okay to say over a podcast, even if it's a personal experience. Don't worry, I'll cut it.
Shaking like a dog shitting razor blades. And,
that's what I was quoting. Is Alkaline Trio?
Yeah. and then we get the best part of the whole episode.
Oh shit, there's titties in this one. Oh, sorry.
Dinosaur.
I thought you said breast part.
Oh no, I'm the breast in the world. CM Punk. So Earl goes on to the next child who is baby, and he's like, well, what do you want to do? And baby's like, let's watch TV. And Earl's like, all right, that's great. Let's do this. Let's watch some football, baby.
Yeah, woohoo! Pay-per-view wrestling. Twins. And baby just wants to watch some bullshit.
He wants to watch the little underwater girl. And Earl's just like, okay, we'll watch it. And
it has some great music in it. Let's be real.
Yeah, Under the Water.
Don't you remember like the time we went and saw Suburban Legends and they covered it?
Oh yeah, just like who's that other person who also used to cover that song?
Suburban Legends. I don't know who the other
Maddie Pop Chart.
Maddie Pop Chart. Oh, really? I was thinking about them earlier in this episode. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we get that wonderful song Under the Water.
Yeah.
Under the water. Every son and daughter really ought to live under the water. It's so good.
It's a great song. Like I am like, we've mentioned it 2 times before now.
Yeah,
Kim and Issa both sung it at me.
Yeah, I forgot what episode it's from though.
Yeah,
but now I know.
So baby is enthralled with this, singing along as Earl just passes the fuck out in his chair again. Which this is what Earl should want anyway. Earl doesn't need to watch TV. He needs a nap.
But he wakes up at the dinner table and he's like under the water. He's singing the song.
Yeah, and this is where they laughing. Find out. Yeah, they find out that he's worried about getting dinner done and everything. But Charlie and I already did the dinner. Robbie did the math. I'm doing the Alfredo. Welcome to Olive Garden. Like we're in the shit.
Welcome, Benny Rigatoni, everybody.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Don't dox me, people. Don't dox me. That's my real name. I'm finally using it on Facebook, Benny Rigatoni.
Yeah, and baby, of course, helped by not being annoying for not being annoying for an hour.
Yeah, which big ups, man. I've not done that ever, so I feel that.
At least he knows his place.
Yes, that's my thing. At least I know my place. But it's Fran. Wait, what?
Fran is watching all of this happen from the doorway though. Like they don't notice she's there.
Oh, word. I'm sorry. I got distracted for a second because our page Brian was trying to tell me something, and I told him it can fucking wait.
Yeah, tell that motherfucker to go drink a juice box or something.
I don't care if your kid's in the ICU. I want to see you doing your job. Anyway, sorry about that. Fucking Brian.
I can't believe we don't pay him.
I'll let you direct another shitty puppet detective movie, you asshole. All right, I'm back. It's a different Brian Henson. Sorry, everybody. It was very. And that's how you make up for fucking up a line and stalling.
Oh God.
Sorry, I know. I've been doing. I gotta say real quick, editor's note. I've been doing a lot of improv in this episode because it's episode 316, and like we always say, it's not Adam and Eve. It's Adam, yes, and Eve. Improv is in the Bible.
Adam and Steve Austin.
Adam and Steve Austin. The rattlesnake, baby. Open up a can.
Adam Copeland, Edge, and Steve Austin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So back to the professional Tim over here, telling us about they have their little cooperating, caring unit of some kind that they've co-opted. It's kind of like a family.
Yeah, Fran is really she's crying and Earl is just like he's like, kids, I gotta talk to your mom, and so he takes her in the other room.
Oh yeah,
and Fran is really upset. He's like, well, don't worry about the kids. He's like, well, no, actually, that's a lie.
Is Brian over there now? Brian, get out of Tim's room.
He's poking me. He keeps poking me.
That's not his finger, Tim. You need to get out quick. I have limited control over that man. Limited control. I have the code word his dad gave me, and that's it.
Oh, it's right in the back of my head too. So Earl takes her aside, and he's still trying to like gaslight her and be like,
Yeah.
well, Fran, like you're obviously upset because I'm taking your children's love for you.
Yeah, now she's gonna want to quit her job, come home, win them back. And like she's like,
Yeah.
Earl's beginning to sound a lot like you just didn't want me to fucking have this job to begin with, which is
Yep.
absurd. What?
He agrees.
That's like, is she accusing him of going up to tell the waiter to tell her there's a rule where you can't eat all the meats on the nachos. You gotta evenly share them.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. I brought up.
Sloppy
I think you should leave
steaks.
again. No, a different episode. Because it's like the gaslight. It's like the whole thing is like the perfect gaslight like look. Like he's eating nachos with this girl he's on a date with, and she's getting the ones that have the most good stuff on them. And he goes and tells the waiter to tell her it's a rule. And then when she like points out that's super obvious that that's what he just did, he's like, "What?" And I've seen so many guys in that position, like getting caught, like doing whatever they did. What?
Yeah. So and Earl is just like, it's like, no, like you miss him, and she's like, you mean like this whole time you were doing this just for me to like miss the kids and stop working?
Bingo. Like,
yep.
That's his whole thing. Like, it's like, oh, you just found out that Earl's a sack of shit. Well, welcome to the club, Fran. Maybe you should get a divorce, or they've already done that episode so many times. Might as well.
Yeah, and then of course, Earl, of classic Earl, he just tries to throw Roy under the bus. Of course.
Yeah, it was Roy's scheme, all his idea. For one, we already know Roy doesn't have a brain. Like, why would he trust this scheme to begin with?
He couldn't even comprehend the idea of a half house.
It's true, and he already lives in an apartment. Like, what does he mean? Like,
which is just part of a house.
Yeah,
it's like part of a giant house.
It's a part of what is meant to be a house. Apartment. That's where it comes from, baby. I'm an English teacher.
I never apartment. Right? Is that name of that song? Never apartment.
Yeah. You're talking about American football, which is what Earl wanted to watch on TV earlier. Yeah, soccer. Yeah. American Quidditch. My Harry Potter EP.
Shout out.
Wow.
Plug. That's a treat plug.
Yeah, so go to benidol@bandcamp.com. No, I gotta say though, that was pretty far into the episode before anything about Harry Potter was said. I'm
that's a record.
That's wild.
That's a record. Yeah, that's a new record.
We're gonna have to move on to a different franchise.
No, I thought about it though, because for some reason I saw a lot of was it Ray Fiennes? Right, he plays Voldemort.
It's either Ray or it's Ralph. It's one of them.
Ralph Fiennes.
There's actors, I think, and his nephew plays Tom Riddle.
Yeah. Well, I saw a lot of him in like
it's
the
Ralph,
trailers.
Just so you know.
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
We saw the new Marvel movie last night, and there's a bunch of movie trailers featuring Ralph Fiennes, like in different roles, but like the same role. Like it's very. So I just kept seeing him, and then when I look at his face, though, I just see no nose and like
nose goes
anyway. So like a real fucking piss baby, Earl starts crying. And he's like, man. "Oh, it's so hard for me.
It is.
I can't do the childhood. I can't do the household chore.
I'll cut back on the bowling and the beer and the pay-per-view and go back to the day shift. I swear." This is I was just talking about like these like Courage Crew ass straight edge dudes from Ohio that come out of like nice homes in the suburb. It's like the nice home. It's like the nice home to Courage Crew pipeline, like where it's like you're born without adversity. And I was talking to my friend who's Black and Jewish, and I was telling them, I was just like, you don't know how hard it is to have it so easy. Like to have to make up your own adversity to go against. Yeah, whatever. Courage Crew doesn't exist anymore. It's just like 5 dudes who were like, I knew this guy back in the day. Like nobody gives a shit. They'll still beat the shit out of me, but it doesn't matter. What was that proof? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, sorry, Tim. I know those are your boys. As a straight edge.
They're my friends. Yeah, those are my close friends.
You're like, I love Ohio straight edge. I love Melbourne area straight edge. That's where you're from, right?
You have you know all of the best straight edge people and all the worst straight edge people at the same time.
That's true. It's because I have a lot of friends who are straight edge. A lot of those who don't drink beer are the same as those who punch dumb queers. That's me trying to rage the machine about.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of those who want forced prohibition.
Some of those some of those who are horses are the same as those with podcasts. Oh man, that's the episode title right there.
Fuck you! I will not do what you tell me, Joe Rogan.
That's how I got kicked off Fear Factor. But yeah, I think we talked about the dichotomy of straight edge scene. Like a lot of people in like Florida and different areas, like all the straight edge people I know there are like queer, people of color, vegan, like just nice people. And then like Ohio, it's just like these dudes that are just like three of them attached to one slab of steak, just chewing it together and just like punching each other.
It's really sloppy.
Really sloppy steaks. Sloppy. I feel you got to feel bad for Zach being straight edge growing up here.
Did he get beat up a lot?
No, he had to beat people up all the time. It's part of it.
Did he?
No, he didn't hang out with anybody who was straight edge. Other than like Ryan Rockwell, Zach, who broke edge anyway.
I can't see Zach beating anybody up.
I mean, I have to see it or else I can't finish.
I would be scared.
He can be an intimidating person.
Well, when that anyone is just you, Ben. That's different.
Yeah. I have been spending the past week living 3 houses down from Zach, and he's been loving it as much as I have. I've just walked
down.
Yeah. He's my Superman. I walked over there to get some Allen wrenches. I walked over there an hour later to get a shop vac. I walked over there. He called me on his way home with his wife and asked me what kind of ice cream I like, and he brought home ice cream.
Hey, honey, you need anything?
I saw his son pulled a Ben Beretta while I was over there. Just came down in his underwear to ask his dad what they were going to watch on TV. And Zach's like, "Why are you wearing clothes?" He's like, "It was hot up there." I told him to turn on SLC Punk, and Zach's like, "I hate that movie." I'm like, "Poser, fucking poser."
Zach only likes the prestige.
Yeah, but his son Oliver won though. Oliver, we went upstairs after we talked for a bit, and Oliver was watching Adventure Time. So there we go.
Oh,
that's better.
That's cool.
Oh, they watched Scream though after I left, and Oliver liked it, so that's good. Scream's a good movie.
Oh, Captain Dewey,
Doofy. So yeah, we were about dinosaurs, and Earl was trying, and he's willing to give up all that
fun
shit.
Of him.
Yeah, because the original compromise he was going to do is like, how about you quit, you stay home forever? Because guess what? They made that joke before. He's done that exact fucking line. I'm calling the cops. Calling the Triceratops right now. Some of those who try Triceratops and same of those who try steroids. But Earl and Fran, we cut to the final scene where Earl and Fran revealed that their new plan, which is Earl caving in, was that Fran won't work as long as before, and Earl will be home at night to spend time with the kids after work. So did anything change? She's just cutting hours? No. Like, what did he compromise? Like he quit bitching?
He still wanted to get a babysitter.
Oh yeah, his compromise is that he's going to be there for the few hours that she is like. Okay, I get it now. I think maybe she's going to work like second shift or something. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're going to forget about it in the next episode when a different writer is writing it. Like when it's going to be Mark Drop next episode.
But then we get, a little sweet moment where Earl's off to work and Baby is upset. He's like, but aren't we going to watch the show? And he's like, no, I'll see you tonight. And he's like, hug. And
did you have like some like projected PTSD during this moment where you thought Baby was gonna hit him? Because I did.
Yeah. And then he calls him daddy, and he's like, wait, what? And he's like he hugs him again and he calls him daddy, and then Roy's there and he's like all right, it's time to go.
Quit being a pussy or
go to work.
No hugging babies.
And Earl's like, did you hear what he called me, Roy? And Roy's like, yeah, I bet it was a really good insult.
It's funny too, because like all this time Roy's wanted to call Earl daddy. So he's probably just pissed off that now Earl thinks it's cute when someone does it. When he did it, Earl's like, not in front of everyone. So Earl does look over his shoulder to see Robbie's excitedly talking about guitar with his mom, and Charlene's bonding with the mom too, and like Fran's getting to do like have this thing, and like Earl now feels like he's actually a part of this family for first time and the last time.
Yep.
And that's the last time they ever see Earl Sinclair.
And he had to return to his home planet.
Yeah, his own planet. He returned to his own planet. Different, changed him before. But so was Earth, after all. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But speaking of going to another planet, that was our episode. And yeah, you were asking me why I don't like it. I just think it's the same shit. Same shit, different dinosaur. Same dinosaur.
Yeah. Like the plot and everything was the same, but I thought there were some
the social work thing was the only funny. Like they should have focused on that.
Yeah. I think that would have been really funny.
It could be its own fucking miniseries. Is like social work dinosaur shit.
Yeah, like and not just like amphibians. Like it should just be like a fucking Dr. Katz or something like that.
Yes.
Like,
oh my god. Maybe that's gonna be. We need to figure out some kind of combination of that, dinosaurs, Dr. Katz, and something else to make our next podcast. Where maybe, I don't want to do an interview podcast. I don't want to do a review podcast. I mean, I love this one. I love doing this one, but we're season 3, episode 16. We're we're like, how many episodes from done? Probably like 8, like 22.
Episode 316 just said, "I just whooped your ass."
But yeah, I mean, what we'll probably pivot to is we'll probably become social workers. That's probably what's gonna happen.
That's a lot of school, Ben.
Oh, I don't plan to do that part. I just plan to show up and like act like I'm a professional. I'm gonna tell everyone I'm a therapist.
Just try to get people to tell you about their feelings.
I'll let people do that to me. I'll get into this off the mic. People do that to me way too much when I don't know them. And I'm about to be spending some time today with somebody I don't know who needs help. So we'll see.
Geez.
We'll see.
Too heavy.
Oh, it's fine. I'm gonna have somebody. Here's the thing, though. My version of helping this person is they're gonna help me move my friend's shit. That'll keep him busy. That'll keep him from being sad. Come help me do work. Just like Fran, you're sad, get a job. That's
volunteer work.
Yeah, nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody. I can't get a girlfriend anymore because nobody wants to work around here. But yeah, thanks. I think like your conclusion of the episode, we've said it enough throughout, is that they're just it was the same plot they've already done. They can kind of mature. They can mature it a little bit. Maybe focus on dynamics that weren't outdated already when I Love Lucy was on air. Like this is already like that's so old of a concept. I can't handle it.
This was like 40 years later.
Yeah, this is 1993. You know what they were doing on shows in England in 1993? Probably crack. England was crazy.
They were all naked, right?
Yeah. Like it's just like
have nudity on television.
Like what other shows were out in 1993? Like Simpsons was out, and this is what we're doing on this episode, Dinosaurs.
Roseanne.
Which, although I bet Simpsons had a few Marge Goes to Work episodes that were not as like. Well, I bet they still focus more on funnier aspects of it because it's The Simpsons and it's just a better
like when
show.
Marge was a cop.
Oh no, Mop.
When Marge became a cop and had to arrest Homer.
That's pretty sexy though. Was that not a role play that you thought up in your head?
That's real.
I have the Playboy with Marge in the centerfold I got from my dad when he passed. So he passed on to me. I remember like, son, this is here's this and a pack of smokes. Jerk off.
It's some animated boobs.
It's some animated boobs. I was like, those aren't moving. He's like, you know what I mean? Drawn, whatever. Fuck you. I never loved you. I just got my dad's ashes back, so I'm gonna put those in that Playboy and just put it on display. Was that not a good idea? I don't know what else to put his ashes in.
With the Playboy?
Just in. I have like a few. You know what? We'll do another podcast where we decide what to do with my dad's ashes.
Oh my god!
What? This is gonna be called. We're gonna be called the cream mates because we're mates who cream and we're cremating.
Oh, is that what we do together?
What we do together is we thank everyone for listening to our podcast, Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. You can find us on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Facebook.
Wait a minute.
Tale.
Wait.
What?
You totally skipped what the next episode we're doing.
We get to that after we tell everyone thanks for listening to us. I don't know what order we go in. I thought we do this. we do our call to action. We don't even have it on. We've never put in our notes to do this part. But yeah, because next week we're going to be doing episode 17, season 3, Swamp Music.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to listen to some Bayou Boogies.
It's about some racism. That's what
shit.
that episode's about.
I thought, is this going to be about Nolans, baby?
It's about, basically, it's like a cultural appropriation episode.
Interesting. So this is going to be like Mighty Boosh shit. So we'll see.
From what I can remember, it's a pretty interesting episode for sure.
Do we need another perspective for it? Like, should I get somebody else to join us? We kind of
maybe.
I'll look into this. Because I don't want to be I mean, Tim is only as gay as his dog can be thrown, and that's only
right. That's how you measure it. That's how you measure it.
The farther you throw a white male's dog, the gayer he is. That's how you know. I mean, it makes sense. If
you're really strong, you're just a bear. So
yeah, and then you're gonna turn them.
Yeah,
entirely. But we're gonna be doing that one next week. It's one written by some guy named Mark Drop, which is who cares, and then directed by Tom Turbo. I'm just kidding. I care, Mark Drop. Mark Drop, please return my calls. And then speaking of return my calls, thank you to Zachary George, who couldn't talk to me on the phone today because he's at a Renaissance fair traveling through time. And he did give me his garage code, which I can tell anybody who writes in. Just let me know. I'll give you his garage code and address. And the spare key was nowhere to be found, though. So all you can steal is like his bikes and some spiders. So whatever.
There's no reception at the Renaissance fair, but there's Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly. And you can use Lord MasterCard or Lady Visa to pay. Fucking goobers, dorks on parade. But dorks on parade. Dude. My favorite MU330 song actually is Dorks on Parade. Is it even a song or just the album title? I think it's just the album title. But I could be wrong. Yeah, so Zach was going to let me use his studio, which I think I will be using from now on, but I was unable to get in. I started set up in his fucking driveway. Then I saw that my laptop only had 1 hour of power left, and I was like, well, luckily I went over to my partner's house to record in her attic.
Half hour of power.
Yeah, half hour of power. Thank you to Amy Shenanigans for the beautiful portraits of me and Tim used in our logo. You can find their art at Amy Shenanigans on Instagram. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Zach. Keystone Copycats, Waterson, blah, 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 blah. We love them, we love them, we love them. Babies, 2 babies, 3 babies, whatever. And then we like Kristen more. Fuck you, Zach. And then thank you to Jeremy Hunter from Scotchy Network for our theme song. Check their music out. They got Jer, they got Scotchy Network, they got We Are the Union. They're involved in everything. They're in the Steven Universe movie. They're like they do whatever they want, whatever the fuck they want.
They just performed at PAX this weekend.
Yeah, at PAX. You know what PAX stands for? Pretty awesome xylophone. And all that is on Spotify, YouTube. And you can subscribe to their Patreon like I do. This is a good episode, right? No.
There's no xylophone in that.
There's no xylophone. You lied to me. I like, like I said, like Sinclairity, Dinosaurs Tale, Timmy. We're gonna need another Timmy. Ben Handupme, Hurricane Survivors, dabbing it out. Dab.
Yep, that's right.
And then let me real quick. I just want you all to understand that when I tell you to enjoy your extinction, I mean it, because we're not around forever, and eventually we're gonna us carbon-based life forms, we're gonna be replaced with silicon-based life forms. AI creates AI. We're not necessary. So I'll see y'all during the fallout. Boy.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye. Sign off there. Goodbye forever. That's oh shit.